Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dragons Down. Yeah, very excited about this game. It's got me very excited. Magic Realm is just so great. But I'm just so excited that I'll finally be able to really share this with people, and I think they'll get it. So, yeah, good stuff. Last time we ran through just the starting scenario for a couple hours. We did end up winning. However, I made a fairly egregious rule error. Like, shockingly egregious. I don't know why I thought... I don't know how I got confused or mixed. I'm not sure what happened. But I picked Barbarian, if you recall, because we were going to be doing a lot of mountain stuff. And it says for Barbarian that they may re-roll one die during each search action performed in a mountain clearing, which is nice. But for some reason, I completely blocked that out as soon as we picked Barbarian, and I took it as I ignored the extra movement from going into a mountain clearing. I don't know why I thought that. Now, half-orcs from the expansion, they do get that ability, where they can ignore the extra cost to enter a mountain clearing. But no, Barbarian's a very different ability. I don't know how I got it confused. So I apologize. That would have definitely affected things. Okay, so... we'll try not to make big errors like that. This time, however, we're going to be doing just the proper full game. We're going to do the full experience as intended. And so there's a few different ways that you can just play the game just without any sort of special rules. And then there's all the different scenarios. So right now, at least with TTS, there's 7 of them. Some of them are for solo only. Some of them are only for groups. And some can be like any amount. This one, scenario 4, I believe is pretty much Magic Realm as it was. Basically, at the start of the game, you're going to have 4 points that you're going to spread across different categories of legendary points. So epic treasure, spells, gold, and fame. Those are the main ways you usually accumulate LP in some fashion. So missions are not involved because missions weren't in the base game in Magic Realm. So I mean, you do get gold and fame from doing missions usually, but no LP is counted straight up. So then at the end of the game, the LPs that you would get for those categories is then multiplied by the points that you put in. So if you put 2 of your 4 points into epic treasures, whatever LP you would get for epic treasures at the end of the game is multiplied by 2. But if you put 0 points into fame, then your fame is meaningless at the end of the game because it's multiplied by 0. So that's how Magic Realm was. Like, you had to kind of pick at the start of the game what you were going to go for. I think it's somewhat of an interesting way, but I can see why it's not like the default scenario for how to... because again, it doesn't count missions at all, and it's just not as freeform and flexible. So we're going to ignore all the scenarios, though. We'll get to those maybe some other day. The 3 basic ways to play are the Open Realm Sandbox, in which, at the start of the game, you divide all the tiles you're going to play with among the players, and you build the map right at the start of the game. So, again, like Magic Realm, the entire map is visible at the start. So you can map out routes. You know where civilizations are. you know where the natives are going to be, things like that. And that's the game. The legendary sandbox is pretty much the same thing, except that when you're playing with multiplayer, there's no turn limit. Instead, you set a point limit. So the default is 20. So the first person who retires with 20 legend points wins the game. That's pretty much the only difference, is if you don't want to restrict your game by turns, you want to restrict it by points. Either or, I guess. Finally, there's the Explore the Realm sandbox, where you start with one civilization tile in the middle of the map, and you have to explore your way out. And this is, I think, what is going to be how, if I play with friends, that's how it's going to be played almost all the time. Because we like games. I mean, we've played a bunch of similar games where you kind of explore and build the map as you go, like Archipelago or Zaya, things like that. We really like that aspect. And I think that's just a better modern way to play, where you don't know the whole lay of the land, and you just kind of set forth and see what happens and see how it goes. So that's how we're going to play it this time. We're going to just build it as we go. So, we are going to be playing with the expansion, because there doesn't seem to be much reason why you wouldn't play with the expansion. And specifically, it adds new treasures, 2 new terrain packs. So it adds the Sinister Swamps and the Wicked Woods, I think. No, it adds the plains. The base game is the caves, the mountains, the woods. This adds the swamps and the plains. It adds 2 new lineages, the half-elf, half-orc, and 12 new classes. And, of course, each terrain pack comes with new map tiles, new monsters, new treasure sites, new tokens, new missions, etc. So, yeah, 12 new classes is certainly the fun part, or a major part. So we'll get to all those. But, for setup, we're going to place a random civilization tile belonging to a terrain pack in the center of the table. So, we have the mine, the keep, the village, the sanctuary, and the outpost. And we're going to put that on the tile bag. Give that a shuffle, and our starting tile is the mine. They called it a mine. So the mine gets its civilization location, which is the mine. And I believe we roll a d6 to determine where this goes. 4. So there's the mine. And on there, the dwarves, dwarf 3, dwarf 2, and the dwarf leader go. Right now, natives don't serve much purpose. Again, it's a thing in Magic Realm. I think the only purpose they really serve is that you can fight them if you want. They are worth fame. But, you have to fight the whole group at once. But if you do want to become an outlaw and get some fame, you can do that. I think there's also some missions apparently to subdue natives, where you knock them out, which is basically the same thing. But the big thing with natives in Magic Realm is that you can hire them, and they become like your companions. You kind of gain control over them, and I think you can even like send them off on their own. Like I can hire the dwarf leader and his dwarves, and like basically gain them as an extra character, sort of, that I can just send out. And there's a lot of mechanics involved in hiring and, you know, keeping track of that and blah blah blah. So currently there is no rules for hiring. It's not in the game, it's not in the expansion. But I think there's been talk that it might happen down the line. And it should, because otherwise natives don't serve much purpose, and I think it's a lot cooler if you can hire them. So that's that. Now, there's also an astrologer here. No, there's not necessarily an astrologer here, because all of the sort of merchant and stuff, all those tiles get shuffled into this civilization thing, and we're gonna grab 2 random ones. There could be anything. So really here we have the scholar and the crone. Yeah, so the crone is not necessarily attached to the sanctuary, even though it comes from this terrain pack. So we have a crone here. She's got 5 treasures, 4 items, 3 missions. And we have the scholar, who we're familiar with. 4 treasures, 2 items, 4 missions. And both of those are intelligence-based for haggling. So we may want to keep that in mind. We do have additional treasures from the expansion. That all just gets shuffled in, I imagine. There you go. There you go. 40 items? Is this... Okay, yeah. Sure. And then more missions. Now, for missions, you would only use the ones of the terrain packs you're using, but we're using all of them. Because we're exploring the realm. So you want more tiles involved. If I was building the whole map from the start, yeah, I could see a reason to limit your tiles. But we're exploring it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's click on Crone Setup. So that'll grab the necessary cards, and the Scholar Setup grabbed the card. So those are set in place. All right. I think we are good to go. As far as moving on to pick our character. All right. So there's a lot of choices here. Of the new ones from the expansion, we have half-elves that have been added. Basically, they get to pick either using their elven advantage, which is the extra magic spell, or the human advantage for a free turn in civilizations. As far as their other stats go, they do get a free magic cube, I think. So, it just shows a magic cube. So, I don't think they get to pick to choose a brown cube. No matter what, they're taking that. And then they've got the same attributes as humans. And yeah, the 1 attack speed is humans. So they're mostly human, but they have the magic cube from elves, and then they get to pick the passive benefit. Half orcs. They get to ignore the extra movement cost for mountains. They get an extra health, extra attack speed, extra movement speed, and a might cube. So half orcs are a very nice choice. They do suffer in diplomatic relations, but boy, if you're not stepping into a cave, they just seem like better dwarves because of the attack speed, which is a pretty big factor. I mean, a half-orc barbarian is a fucking force to be reckoned with. That's pretty nice. Classes. The assassin. They can ambush with a melee weapon instead of having to use a ranged weapon. That is pretty big. That is very nice. They can only do it once, after which they become unhidden, but still. Bards, if they're on a civilization location, they can roll 1 mission die and receive the reward roll. Wow. It's interesting. That's you wouldn't exclusively do that. I mean, that wouldn't be like your plan for the whole game or anything. But that's not too shabby if you're going to spend a handful of turns at a town, like trying to haggle or something, just getting free money or fame. Battle Mage. They can play 1 purple magic cube as if it was a red might cube each combat round. Ooh. We may want to try that. That could be a fun combo. Black Knights. They may re-roll 1 haggle die once per trade action. Okay. I mean, that's not horrible. Usually, it certainly incentivizes you to try haggling more often than you would normally do. Kind of an interesting ability for the Black Knight. The Executioner. In the first round of combat, attack speed of all natives targeting the Executioner is -1. Okay, I mean, if that's your strat, is going to be just targeting natives and not giving a fuck, that's a pretty potent ability. Magician, they may use any color of magic cube on the second box of a spell card. Alright. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be tangling with a lot of different types of spells, that's pretty good. Paladins earn an additional LP for each title they earn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does force you into that kind of game plan a little bit. Encourages it. Rangers can reroll 1 search die in woods clearing. Rune Sword. And use blue magic cubes on any color of magic box on treasure cards. Soulless. May use all hidden paths while in their normal form, not shapeshifted, etc. Wow. So... Oh, so they just they know all hidden paths. That's pretty good. Obviously, we're going to look at all the cards, which determines a lot more stuff. Trickster may change 1 hit die result from an equal symbol to a hit symbol when attacking. Alright. I mean, generally you want to avoid a situation where you have to roll hit die at all. But, yeah, it's alright. And then finally the Witch, who has like a whole novel. Because they get an imp familiar. When the imp's turn order token is selected, which takes actions for the imp only using the imp's hero counter. Imp follows the same rules as any other hero, may only move, explore, and search. When searching, the imp may only search for a single wilderness or civilization token in the same map tile as the imp, or a hidden path in the same clearing as the imp. Okay, so it basically lets her, like, scout out other tiles at a distance without going out. So you just sit, like, in civilization and send out your imp. The imp does not summon monsters. May not target, be targeted, block, or be blocked in any way. It does not participate in combat. Spells may not be cast on the imp, nor affect the imp. Yeah, it's just a scout. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Feels like a bit maybe more useful in multiplayer games. Hard to say. Okay, as for their cards itself, Assassins, 2 health, 2 attack speed, 2 maneuverability, 4 brown, 2 might. They start with a long sword dagger or short sword dagger, some leather armor. The Battle Mage, 2 health, 2 attack speed, 3 maneuverability, 3 brown, 2 might, 1 purple. And they either get a short bow or a helm, a spear, a spell, and some gold. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that could be fun just to kind of dabble into magic a little bit, but still be capable in melee combat. Black Knight, a lot of attack speed. Magician starts with 3 spells. You're really just going all in on that. They do get a, they get a might cube though. The Paladin gets 3 might cubes and a white magic cube. Not very fast or maneuverable, but 3 health. Tanky and depending on your spell. Oh, and they could start with plate mail and a great sword. Oof. That is pretty cool too. We could go Paladin. Soulless has 4 attack speed. No might cubes. And start with 4 spells. Jeez, that's a tricky one for new players, I think. All right, I'm tempted to try Paladin then. Yeah, let's go with Paladin. We need a race though. So what complements it? Could be half orc. Oh, I could be Ovum. I could be Ovum. Yeah. All right, fine. We'll be Ovum. Hell yeah. All right. Half orc. Paladin. Okay. And this is the... There you go. Will be male, of course. I mean, that really looks more to me like an orc than a half orc, if I'm gonna be honest. And we're gonna start with plate mail and a greatsword and a spell. So, cube-wise, we get 4 reds. Oops. And only 2 brown. That's gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, and then the white magic. Along with a total of 4 health, meaning that we rarely will need armor, actually. It's going to be a beefy hit that we actually are going to need to put on our armor for. I guess, yeah, now I say that, though, I think I was doing that a bit incorrectly. I think I was choosing whether or not my armor was hit. And I was like, no, I don't need to use armor for this hit. But you kind of have to... If you have armor equipped and you get hit, it hits the armor. Which logically makes a lot of sense. It's not like, no, I don't want to put my armor out front. And like, you're wearing it, dude. Yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking. That's weird. Just some oddities in that first session. I apologize. So yes, that means that you could get dinged with some weak armor, or with a weak hit, and it damages your armor, even though it doesn't really make a difference as far as you taking a wound. So oftentimes it's not really necessary. And actually, this reminds me of a tactic. I could have sworn that it was like... No, I don't know. I could have sworn it was like a strat where you just sold your plate armor like immediately. Maybe I'm thinking of something different. Maybe you sell your... I'm talking about Magic Realm. Maybe they sold their sword right away and bought a different weapon. But usually selling is not... Like, selling does not give nearly enough to cover up a purchase cost in that way. Anyways, I'm just getting ahead of myself. So let's find our great sword and our plate armor, which is gonna look like a big plate armor. Plate armor. Okay. So our great sword has 16 length. It's only worth 7 to sell, which is shit ass. Takes up 2 of our weapon slots. Has 4 spots for cubes, but we have to commit 3 to use it. Definitely not for the faint-hearted, but that does mean it's quite powerful. And the plate armor, 17. It's 4 armor value. It's going to be very hard to destroy in one shot. We need 3 healthy might cubes to wear it. And yeah, it cancels 1 sharpness. I feel like it's just going to get damaged, though. You kind of wonder, is it better to just, like, sell it immediately and buy... I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what these merchants have. And then we get a white spell. So. They're kind of ranked here, obviously. Based on the value 1 through 5. And that's also like how many cubes they kind of require. So the most basic white spell is Soul Save. Just requires 1 white cube and doesn't even wound the white cube, so you can just use it every turn if you wanted. Undead that attack this hero or monster must reroll 1 hit die of the target's choice. And you can attack this, or you can use this on yourself or another hero or a monster. The spell length is 48. Again, that's for breaking ties. And it lasts until the end of combat. It's certainly good if we're going to be going up against undead. I mean, it's not terrible. But again, if you're not hidden at the start of combat, you have to spend one of your turns in combat just casting this. So, you know. But if you are hidden at the start of combat, you can spend a round casting this, and then you're good to go. And it's again, it's only good if they're not outmaneuvering you if they don't auto hit. And for my slow ass dude, they're gonna be auto hitting. So instead, we could take heal. If the target is a hero, move all wounded cubes to healthy. If a monster, remove all wound cubes. And this is an instantaneous spell that we can cast. It says spell occurs instantly, then expires. What does that mean? I don't know. I think it just happened. So it does cost 1 cube, but then it wounds that cube. So it will heal all our wounded cubes except the one that we use to cast it. Overall, I think that's the one to go with. So we're going to snag that, put it in our spell section. And now, yeah, we can definitely take a beating. I'm inclined to ditch the plate armor, I'm going to be honest. Just because we can tank most hits, and maybe we buy, like, a helm or something. In Magic Realm, you actually rolled each turn for the enemies. On, like, oh god, again, it's like such a thing that made it so confusing. Of, like, whether they were targeting your head or, you know, targeting your body, and you might be unarmored there, and you had to put, like, maneuver tokens in different spots if you were going to dodge it, and then there were numbers that had to be higher than the other if you actually dodged it, if they were targeting your head and you had no armor. You know, it's just, it was this whole thing. Whereas here, you can say a hero may choose whether a monster's attack hits their head or torso. Way simplified. So now you can just put a helmet on and just block the dragon's fireball with your head, you know, and not have to worry about it. But other than that, I think we're good to go. We don't start with any money whatsoever. But we are set. So all of these tiles then are going in the tile bag. Okay. Shuffle. Done. And at the start, we get to pick a civilization clearing to go into. We will start right on the mine. And away we go. And we do have a turn counter, so that is going to be important. So it's turn 1. Alright, turn 1, action 1. We are going to speak with the crone, and we'll do a trade action to see what she's got. Let's just search. Spider Smiter as a mission to kill 3 giant spiders. 1 LP, 5 fame. It's not a bad idea, but who knows, like, exploring the map, who knows when we'll find giant spiders? You know, it could be never. It's hard to say. Betrayer, kill another hero or a native leader for 1 LP, 20 fame, and we become an outlaw. So we'd have to take on the whole set of dwarves here. Dwarven foe. At the mine, all natives must be dead. Loot with a result of 2 or less. Draw a treasure from the deep treasure pile. And complete the mission at any other Cruel Caves map tile. Well, that's involved. 2 things that want me to kill all the natives here. Yeah, okay. As for other stuff, we got a short sword, staff, a potion of might, which would give us a red might cube. Dagger of bite, again, from last time. Fun stuff that we could throw. Might be worth purchasing. A spell scroll. So we should get a spell. So this is the spell attached to that scroll. It's Open Gate. So, okay. The Tome of Conjuring here would give us a blue spell cube. And we could use that for Open Gate. Which would, may target. Okay, so that would just teleport us to any other gate that we found, which is none at the moment. And then the Symbol of Vision. We get a free search action every round. That's probably actually our best purchase at the moment. Okay. I'm gonna take Betrayer and Dwarven Foe. I'm gonna hold off on buying the Symbol of Vision just yet, because I may want my plate armor. Okay, so let's think about not actually doing it, but let's just think about actually killing these dwarves and what would be involved. 3 of them. That's no joke. So with their base stats, the leader has an attack speed of 3. I can equal that, but if I want to equal that, I can't use my sword. So by default, the leader's probably going to go first. And I can't beat his attack speed for maneuverability, so he is going to auto hit me. And he'll auto hit me for 2. It's a sharp weapon, but my armor will block that. So 2 damage will come in, meaning that will damage my plate armor. Just straight up, you know? Then, I would probably tie my attack speed with the other dwarves, and my weapon's longer. So I would go next, assuming none of them flip. Because if they flip... Okay, no, if they flip, all their attack speed goes down, so that's okay. If they flip, then, or if they don't flip, whatever. I would attack. And assuming I go for Dwarf 2, I'd auto hit if he doesn't flip. And I would do 4 damage, -1, 3 damage, and I'd kill him. So, and then Dwarf 3 would go. And again, he would auto hit. Like, there's just not a choice there. Unless I said fuck it and I put 2 into maneuverability instead of attack speed. And I just resolve myself to go last. But then I would get 3 attacks on me the first round. In which case, my plate armor would be gone. Which is pretty bad. We do have a decent amount of cubes that we can spend. Sort of. I don't... not really. A little rough. But if I put 2 into maneuverability, chances are... Well, 2 of them would have to roll then. And there's a decent chance that I'll dodge them. That may work in my favor. Because then I'll definitely... Oh, no, but then I have to roll. Unless I go for the leader who has 0 maneuverability. I'd still have to roll. Fuck. I have just as high a chance of missing then. Yeah, I think attack speed would have to be the answer. The auto hits suck. And I'm gonna lose the plate armor. But yeah, this would give me 2 quests completed. 40 fame right out the gate. Well, not really, because I still have to find the Artificer, and I have to go to some other Cruel Caves map tile. So it might be a while before I hand in both of these. So really, all I'll have accomplished is that I'll have 30 fame from killing these, and I'll have lost my plate armor. Is that a good trade-off? Assuming that I survive and win this fight? Probably, just because there is the chance I can hand in these 2 quests. So I guess let's do it. We're a fucking half-orc paladin, and we just slaughter these dwarves as soon as we step in. Alright, let's do it. We'll go alert, I suppose, although that doesn't really change much because I don't have another brown cube to spin. And the 4 cubes on my greatsword don't matter. But I suppose if we need to heal mid-combat, we can do that. Alright. So let me go over the rules for attacking natives. Natives can be targeted like a monster. If any native is targeted during combat, they're treated as monsters for all purposes during combat this turn. At the end of the targeting step, each native in the clearing that is not already targeting a hero targets a random hero that has targeted a native this turn. Yeah, okay. Pretty much I just treat them like monsters. So, we enter combat. I'm putting 2 cubes onto attack speed. And I guess we'll put 4 on here, although it doesn't really matter. Then we are going to be rolling for each of them to flip. So leader does not flip. Dwarf 2 does not flip. Also, I was targeting Dwarf 2. I said that, but... And Dwarf 3 does flip. Ooh, gets even harder. Not that it matters too much, but... anyways. So, attack speed. The dwarf leader goes first, as mentioned. He does... Yeah, he does auto hit. Because I have no maneuverability. So he hits my plate armor. He does 2 damage, because it cancels the sharpness. And it's less than the armor value of 4. So it is... Oh, no. Oh god, why am I so stupid? If the damage is greater than 0 but less than the number on the shield icon, the armor is not damaged or destroyed, but I still take a wound. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was damaged every time it blocked a hit. No, that's great. That's only if it's equal to the number. So we do take a wound. And I'm going to wound that one. But otherwise, it's all fine. Good. Good, good. All right. Second, attack speed of 2. We tie with Dwarf 2, but my weapon is longer. So I go, and I do auto hit because my 2 attack speed's higher than his 1 maneuverability. We do 4 damage, minus 1 is 3. He is dead. No matter what, we get our 10 fame. Finally, Dwarf 3 is going to go. His attack speed is higher than my maneuverability, unfortunately. And so he auto hits for 3, which is higher. Well, it's lower than my shield value of 4. So I take another wound. And I'm tempted to just lower my health to 3. Because I don't think that's going to be a fact. My plate armor will just block. Yeah, they can never outdamage my plate armor. So no matter what, my health actually is not a factor here. Thankfully. All right, and that was the round then. Second round. We're sticking with these numbers, probably. If he doesn't flip, I could avoid an auto hit by moving this to here. So maybe we do that. We'll do that, and I'm going to target the dwarf leader. Although if he flips, we don't get an auto hit. Fingers crossed. We're going to go with that. All right, dwarf leader. Flip. Fuck. All right, whatever. Dwarf 3. No flip. All right. Attack speed, he goes first of 2. He does auto hit me for 2. So I take another wound. Then after that, attack speed of 1. I break tie, so I go. I attack the leader. I do not auto hit, so... But we do tie his maneuverability, thankfully. God damn. What are the hit odds, I wonder? I feel like auto hit is really crucial. Alright, well, we miss. Dwarf 3 goes. He ties my maneuverability, so he also gets to roll this. We'll see if he hits. He fucking hits, of course. So that's another wound. Alright, we'll wound the white. Okay, we'll go again, and we're going to target the dwarf leader again. Roll for the leader. He flips. That's good. That's pretty good. Dwarf 3. He does not flip. All right. Dwarf leader goes again. He auto hits, so we get wounded. We'll take away another heart. Then I go. I attack the dwarf leader. I auto hit, and we kill him. 10 more fame. And then the dwarf 3 goes. Now it gets kind of shitty because I actually have to take off one of my cubes here. I guess let's go for... If we take away maneuverability, does he auto hit right now? Well, wait a minute. No, wait, he's not auto hitting right now. So we need to roll for him. Aha! He missed. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to put 2 into attack speed, hope he doesn't flip, and just kill him. That's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. He did not flip. He's dead. Done. Simple. Alright, and that's another 10. Okay! Whew! I feel like I should have spent a turn looking at the Scholar's cards. I skipped to the end of the round, and I shouldn't have done that. But what's done is done. Alright. Am I an outlaw just for killing them? I think so. Heroes receive 1 outlaw token for each native they kill. Fuck. Okay, that stacks up pretty quick. We got three of them now. Great. Alright. It is what it is. So I think outlaw tokens mean we cannot haggle. Or no, we can haggle. It's just... It's 1 step harder. Yeah, basically it counts 1 less of our icons for each outlaw token we possess. So we're not doing any haggling anytime in the future. Okay. So with that, it is turn 2. We're going to be spending 2 actions to heal 1 cube. our white cube. And these are actually all healthy. Okay, and then music feels a little loud, maybe. So we need to find the Artificer and the another Cruel Caves map tile. Until we do that, though, we do want to look. We probably don't even care about the other missions, and we don't have any money, so maybe it's not worth even looking at the. Well, I guess for future reference. All right, let's spend our third action to look at the Scholar. Complete this mission at the next alphabetical civilization location. Alphabetical. God. The mine, the keep, the village, the sanctuary, the outpost. Okay, so it would be the outpost I'd have to go to. Band charts. I'd have to go to the astrologer. Sale goods. If already with the vendor. Okay, there's a guy named the vendor. So you have to go to the vendor. Vendor! And surveyor, enter a clearing on all 5 perilous plains tiles. There's a great axe here. Meh. I mean, greatsword is basically the same. Slightly longer. Chainmail. Well, now I understand how good the plate armor is. Because I was an idiot. Yeah. We got it. Okay, enchanted treasure. We get to do this immediately. So, this tile is now enchanted with yellow magic. No, we know that. And this is going to get replaced with another treasure in the pool. The robe of the Chantor. You get a yellow spell cube as long as you have this equipped, but it provides no armor value, so not really useful for us. A spell scroll, and it has the spell of Charm. All attributes are +2 during mission bonus die rolls and haggle attempts. I mean, during mission die roll attempts, or mission die rolls, it's pretty nice. I mean, overall, it's all pretty good. I mean, if we wanted to do a 180 and grab the Robe of the Chanter and Charm, but we don't have nearly enough money. Charismatic Gemstone adds 1 charisma to you. And a Potion of Healing moves all cubes and hearts from the wounded box to the healthy box. That's not bad, but we do have the heal spell, so I don't think we need it. Overall, not terribly interesting stuff for me. Alright, for our 4th action then, we want to start moseying on out of here. Actually, we're in the mine. We don't have a 4th action. Good to know. That is it for turn 2. Turn 3. We're going to start by moving... Actually, at the end of turn 2, we cast Heal. Now, this says move all wounded cubes. Potion of Healing said move all cubes and hearts. I find it hard to believe that the heal spell does not heal hearts. You know? It says move all cubes and hearts. This, again, says move all wounded cubes to healthy. So now I'm not so sure. I don't know. It seems insane to me that it wouldn't heal hearts. Right? Right? Because, hold on. I feel like there was a very similar spell in Magic Realm. Got like trying to find spells. Right, so here's Make Whole from Magic Realm. Repairs activates all the target's fatigued and wounded action chits and repairs all of his armor. I mean, come on. This doesn't repair armor, but it better repair heart. So, until I hear from the designer himself, I'm bringing back my heart. That's how I feel about it. Okay, so we moved one into... Right, start of the new turn. We move one into here. For our second action, we're going to do the Explore action. Which is basically a move and explore, because we do get to freely move into the new tile. But we'll go over the rules one last time. Or one time. For the Explore, you're on a clearing with a path leading directly to a map edge. Do an Explore action to select connected path leading off the map and take a map tile from the bottom of the map tile stack and place it connected to the path. You may choose any orientation and may place either side of the tile face up. However, all existing paths on adjacent map tiles must connect to paths on the place tile. If there's no legal placement, the action is forfeited. And then you may move into a connected clearing on the explored tile, spending any extra action cost if necessary. If you're, however, on a mountain clearing, you can basically do like a scout action where you can just look at an adjacent empty spot and then place a tile. And the map tile must connect to at least one path on any tile. So you're not like stepping onto a new tile, you're just looking off the mountain at a nearby map spot. But alright, so do we have to declare... Select a connected path leading off the map. Okay, so we do have to declare a direction here. Let's go northeast. This is our tile. So that is a legal placement, of course. That is a legal placement. That is a legal placement. That is a legal placement. I guess let's go with that as a legal placement. And we'll do a free move. So that was our second of 3 actions, because we started in a cave. Now our third action, we can go into a mountain clearing because we're a half orc and we ignore the extra cost. But we gotta draw a wilderness token. So this is from the Malevolent Mountain. It is a site. Alright, now the treasure sites are shuffled across all the terrain packs, so this could be anything. It is the hideout. Alright, we got some thieves hiding out in the mountains. Alright, so the hideout has 2 deep treasures in it, 4 normal treasures. And when you find it, so when you search for and find it, you have to take a random wound if you don't have the skeleton key. Because it's trapped and you're kind of just blundering your way in. So that still might be worth it though. But to get to the hideout, we have to go to 2, 1, and then find the hidden path to go to 3, or go into 6 and then into 3. Either way. So I moved 1, I did 2, and now we're gonna go here for 3, and that's our turn. Alright. Now we are going to roll the summoning dice. See what we get. Alright, we've got the Guardian. The Guardian shows up. So that is the Guardian of the Hideout, which is the Bandit Leader. Are there not tokens for the Bandit Leader? Is this unfinished? Oh shit. We may have to just use our imaginations. I think it is. I think they don't have tokens for it yet. But there's got to be more than just a bandit leader. There has to be bandits, right? Oh. The bandits may appear at the hideout, secret cache, and or wrecked wagons. The red arrow next to the bandits on the setup cards indicate the bandit counters might be located on another setup card. They may summon from the setup cards or the map. If on the map, bandits will not leave a treasure site clearing that contains a hero. Oh, okay. Well, that's well and good. Here they are. Okay. I got you. Boom. We have a bandit leader, a bandit cutthroat, a bandit assassin, and a bandit executioner. Christ. And sure, it's all well and good they only do 1 damage, but that's death by 1,000 cuts. 1 damage is a wound, just the same as 3 damage is. It'd be nice to think that it's not a wound, but it is. So, and I'm just one dude. Now, this is a nice part of this and Magic Realm. Is like, if you're playing with a group of people, you can say, hey, you know, let's work together and we can clear out this whole bandit nest and then loot the hideout. And chances are, you know, both of you will get some fame and both of you will get some treasure. That's pretty likely. Or if you could hire natives. Instead of me killing those dwarves, I hired them and we worked together to clear out these bandits. You know. But here, it's solo, it's just like, fuck, that's not good odds. I will die within 2 rounds. So, I think for now, the hideout is insurmountable. Is how I would describe it. I mean, I could sneak in and hide and try and loot it. But if I fail, I can't evade the group. And I'm forced into combat and I'm fucked. So I think ultimately I wouldn't have moved there had I known all that. I would have moved here. And that was the summoning die. So there they sit. And it's a new turn. It's turn 4 now. I'm going to explore off this path into the quiet bog. So swamps, I do have to pay the extra movement cost on, unfortunately. So we want to kind of get out of here. Let's go with that. So that's actually 2 of my actions. And this is 3 and 4. Slow going. Slow going. Alright. We've got woods and... Oh, I guess that's a roar. I thought it was a trilobite. Alright, well, either way, we're fine. It's now turn 5. I'm gonna move here for 1. We're gonna explore again. Okay, back into the mountains. The lonely mountains. We're trying to find another cave and or another civilization, ideally. I mean, I could just sit around and kill stuff. And you can actually do a make noise action, which will let you roll all the summoning dice twice at the end of the round. So that's fun. Especially at multiplayer, you could really just fuck somebody over. They're trying to just loot a horde or something, and you just run in shouting. Alright, so that's my first action. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do one more explore here. The keep. Right in the middle again. Alright, well, there you go. Actually, is that legal? There might not be illegal. Uh-oh. That's not legal. Uh-oh. Let me double check this. All existing paths on adjacent map tiles must connect to paths on the place tile. Okay, so we can have dead ends, but... Wait a minute. All existing paths must connect to paths on the place tile. How do you want to interpret that? Generally take it to mean there's no dead ends. And looking at just like the map things here. Let me go back to if all paths that touch a tile must match existing paths on those tiles. Yeah, I don't think you can have dead ends on paths. Unfortunately. And that's what it looks like to my eyes. They don't have any dead ends. So I think that is actually not a valid placement. That's going to get shuffled back in. And my turn is over. Summoning dice! Okay, we got swamps and orcs. So we're good. Turn 6. Time ticks on. Let's explore again. Yeah, trying to slot something in. You are likely to fail. Look at this. I don't think this is going to be possible. There's way too many paths. Holy shit. That's because that's a civilization. Yes, this is a good lesson to learn, though. Second action. Let's try again. No, that's never going to happen. I wish. I wish, but it's just not. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. Third action. Nope. Nope. This is interesting, but no. Okay. I think we say fuck it then. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. That might never get connected. Although I am in a mountain clearing, so I could have just been like scouting instead. We could have placed those tiles anywhere adjacent to us. Let me look at the rules for that one more time. Explore an adjacent empty map tile location. Map tile is placed using the rules, and it must connect to at least one path on any tile. But you still have to abide to have no dead ends, no matter what. They just mean, like, you can't just look at like, I don't know, like here. Like, you couldn't look here and just be like, yeah, that's... Okay, there's still a path there. There's paths everywhere. Here. You couldn't do that, basically. A tile has to be accessible, is what they mean. I mean, it doesn't really help me much, so my fourth action is just going to be to move here. And we're wasting a lot of time. Swamps and the Guardian. Oh, also, we went through 2 tiles without drawing tokens. Damn it. I don't know why I'm so forgetful of this. I think because in Magic Realm, this was all... Well, maybe it wasn't determined at the start of the game. I don't remember what was determined at the start. But I really need to drill that in. Alright, retcon. We've got a swamp token, which is treasure. Okay, so I actually just get that treasure. It's a Grommel's Talisman. So in the swamp, I get to reroll a search action. Yep, okay. Fine. And then in the mountains, it's a site. Okay, well that's a factor, because Guardians are going to now show up there. It's the shrine. Right next to me. And the guardian of the shrine is... the Wraith. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Doesn't come after me or anything like that, but it's here. Well, had I known, we probably would have looted the shrine. But I get to pay for my stupidity now. Okay, so the Wraith. 4 health, but not armored. So we can actually one-shot it. Two attack speed, 4 maneuverability. So we are not auto-hitting this thing no matter what. It does only 1 damage, so it's not too threatening. An attack speed of 2. If it flips, it's 3 and 3. So it could go first. Basically, we have a chance of just slaughtering this thing. Unless there's... So it is undead, but that basically just means it affects some spells. That's basically it. No, there's no special rules for the Wraith. It seems pretty weak, to be honest. The thing is the 4 health. If you can't do 4 health, you really have to whittle it down. Oh, you know, we didn't even look at the title for the mine, which is the whole point of being a paladin, was we were going for titles. Okay, so we have to trade in these treasures. Any weapon, any armor, and treasure worth 25 gold. So really, we could have gotten 2 LP just for handing in a weapon? Okay, that's... I mean, this is going to be a good way to throw in like 6 LP for us. But let me click Shrine Setup. Okay, that got our 5 treasures ready to go. Took my Wraith. Okay, that's good. Then it's turn 7. We're going to move into this clearing for 1. We're on the shrine now. Then we would get blocked, but we may as well try and hide, because then we could start searching for the shrine. Okay, we do not hide. So that basically ends our turn. unfortunately, and we enter combat. So we're gonna go 2 attack speed. Again, if I had another brown cube, being alert would really help us out. But as it is, being alert is pointless for us. So that's our stats. Let's roll to see if he flips. He does not. Attack speed 2 versus 2 means I break tie. He doesn't have a length, so I go first. And we're rolling to see if I hit him. Complete and utter whiff. Alright. Then he's going to go. He's going to do 1 damage to me. And I have to wound the cube. Basically, go again. See if he flips. Does flip. So now he goes first, unfortunately. He does auto hit. So I will wound a heart. And then I go. God damn it. Alright, go again. He doesn't flip. He auto hits. I lose another heart. Let this be a lesson. Look at that. I mean, what are the percentages? And I actually have to get proper hits. I can't even get the equal sign. Alright. Another... See if he flips. He does flip. I get to go first. Still a miss. You need both of them to be hits. It's fucked. Alright, 1 more wound. After this, it starts getting a little tricky. Let's see if he flips. He does not. Come on now. Miss. I mean, we have to lose a brown cube, unfortunately. So now no matter what, he goes first. So it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. And then it's going to get... Well, we can lose another brown cube because it's his turn again. And then I roll 1 more attack. And basically, I don't know... I think I die if I don't hit here. Damn. Okay. I think that is a miss. I think the equal sign... Yep, miss. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Because you can't back out of combat. Just, you can't just run away. It doesn't work like that. So... I think basically I either have to just not use my weapon, and in which case I cannot hurt him, or I have to lose my health. Yep. So basically I die now or I die in like 3 turns. Damn. I shouldn't be too surprised just because how easy it is to die in Magic Realm. But it is a bit of a bummer. Yeah. So let that be a lesson to you about actually hitting and auto hitting. So 3 of the 6 are hit symbols. assuming you don't, if your attack speed is lower than their maneuverability, 3 of the 6. So that's 33%. And you have to get 2 of them. So that's, what, like 16% or so? Think of that. I mean, just if I had just thought about that before going into this. If your attack speed is lower than their maneuverability, you have a 16% chance to hit. Holy shit. I mean, that's nuts. Oh no, 3 of the 6. Right, okay, so yeah, no. 3 of the 6 are hit location. Okay, so 25%. So yes, 25% chance of hitting. So as this person says, just like in Magic Realm, there are combats that you know you will win. And that's a really interesting concept. There are combat you can just look at the enemy before you even go near them, and you know you will win. And then there are combats that you look at the enemy and you know you will lose. And then there are combats where you can figure out the chances of you hitting and the chances of them hitting and how long you can survive and things like that, and you can risk it. But that's up to you. And when you are playing Magic Realm and you are risking dice rolls in combat, it is quite risky. It is not in your favor. It's only in your favor when you look at it and you know you're going to win. And then it's 100% of the time. And even if you take some damage, you still know 100% you will win the fight. So I think, yeah, I mean, I went in thinking that it was just going to be dice rolls without really thinking 25% chance of me hitting him. And even still, 25% chance of me hitting him. I should have hit him at some point over the course of like 6 turns. I think that's what pisses me off, is that statistically it was pretty likely I would have hit him, but I didn't. And you die. So that's the way it is. Alright, I'm gonna end the video off here. But, well, okay, so when you die, discard half of the hero's fame, and for every 10 fame afterwards, you get 1 LP. The hero's lineage and class cards, along with their LPs and leftover fame, are set aside. A dead hero is still eligible to win the game, depending on the scenario being played. Discard all mission and spells from the known spells location on the hero board. Place the hero's targeting token in the clearing where they died. Shuffle all the hero's possessions and place them face down near the board with all the hero's gold. The hero's possessions may be searched for and looted like a normal treasure site. Which means that this shrine is now quite the valuable location if you can kill the raid. So that's the plate armor, the talisman, and 0 gold. So that all goes here. Oops. So a half-orc paladin. He slaughtered a bunch of dwarves needlessly, then went off into the wilderness and died to a wraith. So that goes here. Wraith is still here. This, I think, just gets moved to the side. The heal spell goes back into the starting spells. And this, yeah, whatever. And this doesn't matter. Shame, shame. And then, yeah, so technically my LP would be 1. I hope that that is not the highest LP at the end of all this. Okay. And then you may begin play on the following turn as a new hero, following all the rules. Yep. So we're just going to start fresh with a new hero at the mine. Because whenever you start in the... Yeah, I think you just... Any clearing in the civilization map tile. So I assume it's the same way. Follow the rule for setup at the beginning of the game. Yeah. So we'll be able to try again. Maybe we'll go with the battle mage. To kind of continue the theme a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of choices. Eventually, yeah, I mean, we're just going to do like random rolls to determine what we play as and go with it. But I don't know. Maybe like a halfling battle mage or something. I'm sure that'll never fail. We'll see. But I'm going to end the video here, keep it reasonably length, and then we'll pick it right back up and keep going on turn 8. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Dragons Down, and I'll see you fine folks in the next part.